Well, it's still my birthday today. Yeah. Record number of videos for one day. And Greasy Cat, she's back here too. She just come running up. She says, "Hey, I heard Bill setting up that camera." So what's he doing shooting videos in the evening? Yeah. It's almost sundown. Yeah, almost sundown around here. That is a bit unusual. Well, anyway, as I said, a record number of videos today. Most of them well received as usual. But, every once in a while, I'll put one out there, a real clinker that usually lands on somebody's toe and ticks them off. You know what? I am so happy when it happens because I know I hit the nail on the head when that happens. Yeah. Somebody got the point. They ain't gonna pick up from it. They ain't gonna change their way of thinking from it. But boy, I must have hit it right on top of the toe if I got that kind of reaction out of folks. Because I'm a pretty peaceful guy, really most of the time. I don't cause trouble with people. Really not. It's not in my nature. I do like things that are nice and steady. But let's see, lately, I've been told that I am too innocent. Yeah, that's a good one, huh? Told that to Ellen. She shook her head. Yeah, you guys have no idea. Honestly, no. Oh, yeah, today, the one about where I said I figure both these presidents are dead men, and I really meant it. I don't know if I'm right, but my thoughts on the subject. And, I got told that I shouldn't be talking about anything but plants on my channel. Yeah, you're too remote from the U.S. to have any opinions on this. Well, it's kind of, that one stepped on a few toes. I try not to let my ego get too bruised up by these characters, but to begin with, clue, Hawaii. Yeah, this is a state. Okay, 1959. It was made a state. All right, we're under the same national constitution you guys got over there. We elect the president through our electoral college, just like the rest of you do. We have people in Congress. Okay, it's a state. It might be an island, but it's a state. We're part of the United States, and our opinions on what goes on over there, the mess you guys got in the mainland, it counts. Yeah, and honestly, from what I can see from here, some of you ought to be paying attention to it too, because the main reason I think that I tend to get called innocent and things like this, or that I'm just so far out of touch, is mostly because I work pretty darn hard at maintaining a positive attitude about life. Your thoughts are your reality. And it really doesn't matter too much what's going on out there. It's what goes on in here, which is really the main issue. Okay? My thoughts are what I live in. Good example, I remember working in a printing shop in Chicago. Every day I'd come in, I'd walk by a line of these printing presses with women that would run these presses, see? And I go by, "Oh, hi, Macy. Hey, Judy, how you doing?" You think, "Oh, hi, Bill. Oh, isn't the weather terrible today?" "Yeah, it's raining pretty hard." Or, "Oh, it's so cold today." Or, "Oh, the snow is so deep." Every day when I came through, several of the ladies would bother to stop me to complain about the weather. Now, this is Chicago. The weather is never any good in Chicago. And I started thinking about that. Now, these ladies are really miserable about this weather. And they're miserable about this weather every day of the year, They really are. And but yet you can't control that weather. And this situation here, I got my opinions and my attitudes about things. I think I got my head screwed on fairly straight about most of it. But fact of the matter is, this situation's completely out of my control. Yeah. I mean, even when it comes to electing a president, The Electoral College does it, folks. Okay, and they haven't always followed the popular vote. That's how the orange dude got in. Check your history. We did not elect him ever as a people. It never happened. But we get this Electoral College thing. It's a rigged game, and so it's wide open, man. You don't know. Man, I pull another Hillary Clinton server thing at the last minute and bring in the FBI, and next thing you know is who knows who becomes president. I say Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, I want Ozzy. And if it isn't Ozzy, obviously, it has to be the little one here. This little one here. This is the good one. Yep. She's very much in touch with reality. Gracie lives in the Dow. She sure does, huh? Teaches me how to. But, for a while, after I contracted COVID, I felt like I was going the way a lot of these very unhappy people in the mainland were going, because the COVID will completely disarrange your gut biome. And the gut biome is basically your dopamine producing. It's your happy brain. It's your one of your emotional centers. And if the gut biome gets messed up, you don't get the right signals to the brain. You're unhappy. You become anxious. You become depressed. And you can even develop PTSD if it really gets extreme, especially if you already had pre-existing conditions that connected right into it. In my case, let's just say I haven't always been the happiest guy on earth, all right? And so, I found myself in long haul. And I had lost a lot of my energy and my enthusiasm. I had given up many things I'd done for years, like playing the guitar, and on. It had really affected me. My whole life view had turned kind of gray. Now, as a matter of will, I will always war against this. I'm always pushing back on it to try to get my thoughts straightened out so I don't take that path. But it was hard. And it wasn't until I discovered that there is a possibility through a microbiome diet. Now, it sounds like I'm advertising for some kind of drugs or something, but no, it really did work. And it brought my attitude back. I have a lot of my energy back again. Yeah, 73, I feel like a new man. I feel so much better than I did on my 72nd birthday, and it was mostly because of pre- and probiotic diet that helped me bring back the gut biome so that I got my happy brain back. I generally find it pretty easy, no matter how crazy things get, to remain either calm or even pleasant. I've gotten in trouble before for laughing or smiling at the wrong times. Yeah, it's my nature. I don't usually tend to be the one that runs around crying. But especially, the one thing I do know is that it's always my fault. It's always my fault. It's Truman. The buck stops here at the desk because I'm the one that views the world. Okay? And so it's my thinking that is determining what's happening out here. I can't see these fingertips out here, all right? But I know they're there. How do I know they're there? Oh, I know they're there by my memory. Yeah, because I remember I had fingertips, right? But I can't see them. And that's the truth with most of the world we view. And even when we're driving a car at 70 miles an hour, we're only seeing a certain tunnel up front over there. Hopefully, you're paying attention to the guy in front and two next to you. Maybe one behind if you're cautious, okay? That's it. And you're not doing it all at one time even. And so most of what's happening in your mind at 70 miles an hour on the freeway is in your imagination. Yeah, and it's the same way with everything in your life. It's all that way. And so if you tend to tell yourself, I got what I need, she's coming out, I got no problem here. Problems are ghosts. I make them, and so on. Then it's easy for me to walk around, look stupidly innocent. Okay, Yeah, being out of touch with all the angry people on the mainland, who want to kill each other right now. A whole lot of them do not understand that they were affected by COVID. Pay close attention. Listen to this, because the number of ads being put on TV screens and many different places in the internet about addressing mental illness, talk to your friend, so on and so forth. It's increased dramatically. That's always been here, but the public, when I saw a public service announcement to seek professional help if you watched the debate. Oh, no, that was the living end. Okay, it's enormous. I saw 3 of them this morning. All right, and they usually they have Mike Phelps, the swimmer. Yeah, Michael Phelps. He's depressed too. He gets that way. You get famous people come on. They tell you about all their mental problems. Don't worry, it's cool. We all have this type of stuff, and it is true. And there's nothing bad or disgusting or wrong about feeling down in the mouth. But the fact of the matter is, we got a lot of people feeling that way right now. A lot of them pre-existed. They weren't happy to begin with. They got sick. They end up in long haul. Right, Gracie? Cats can get this too. It's part of it. But the rest of it, why am I so smiley and stupidly called innocent and out of touch out here in the middle of the Pacific Ocean? Why? Because Hawaii does have one main difference. And it has to do with some traditional social standards that we use here called aloha and called ohana. And they are applied, and they run through the government even. And honestly, when people look at our government in Hawaii and say, oh, it's such a left-wing government, actually what you're seeing is the expression of some social conventions that are traditional here, moving through the politic. This is an island. Ohana is all are included, all is family. Right, Gracie? Yep. And we still believe it here. We don't believe it every day. You better believe that. But it is included, and it's part of culture. You're on islands. If you don't take care of each other, you're screwed. Okay, and it's important. You need to be that way if you're to have a functional society. That it stays short of revolution most of the time. We also have aloha. Aloha is a great word. I like it. Aloha is the opposite of FU. It is the complete reverse. In Chicago, we had the one finger salute and the FU. Okay, but here we have aloha. It can mean love. It doesn't mean friendship. It just means hello. It means goodbye. It just means a general expression of an attitude about living. That is, generally loving, sort of open, caring. Anyway, aloha exists at least on the Big Island. Now, in a traffic jam on Oahu on the freeway, I understand that Oahu has some of the highest incidence of road rage in the United States. Yeah, and so they don't express much aloha on the freeway in Oahu. But here on the Big Island, it is still alive, all right? And we still got guys that'll pull a gun on you. And we got people that carry a machete around the back of their car, on and on. Beware, it's the Wild West. But we do have aloha, and people like to live it. It feels good to live it. Yeah. It feels a whole lot better than blaming everybody else, being angry, and having nothing good to say about anybody. And even a character like me, because you disagree with what I have to say, you'll insult me because I'm on the internet. And, it's like, there's a distance here, I do wish sometimes when people get that way, as far as I'm concerned, manners have really died with the internet and social media. This is not a thing, hardly. But there's a couple other reasons I could think of too why manners are gone. But they're still important. They're still important, especially if you want to talk to me. Now, if you're just out there whacking off and you got a neurotic feeling and you just feel really good to sit there in front of your computer and find people that you can poke jabs at, and people you don't know, and you'll feel so much release if you do that, because you're feeling terrible inside, and it makes you feel better to jab at other people. And there are these people. They do exist. I bump into them, Unfortunately, I am not one of your typical social media influencers, okay? And I'm not a teenager. It's pretty hard to pull the wool over my eyes at this point. And if you think I can't see through you guys like a bunch of glass, that's the way it is, yeah. People who act that way don't realize that they're transparent. Yeah. But, it's no big thing. It's just this whole thing here that we have so many people who are living in such a negative state of existence. And when they run across a character, say like me, who really believes in a positive state of being, okay, I don't care when the world's on fire. I'm going to get garden hose help put it out. I might even sing a song as I'm putting it out, all right? And you might catch a smile on my face. Why? Because there's no point in crying and there's no point in dying, over things. There just isn't. Everything exists right here in this space. And whenever you're out of that space, you're nowhere. Yeah. Well, so throughout the entire video, faithful cat Gracie has been sitting right here behind Bill's chair, keeping track, huh? I swear, you are just the most attentive little gray cat, aren't you? This is Gracie's catnip. I grew it in the garden for her. She likes it, right? Uh-huh. She chewed it all up earlier today. That's a good girl. That's my good girl. Yes, you are. Aren't you? Huh? Well, let's go edit, huh? You want to edit? You betcha. Come on. Let's go. Yep. Time to edit.